Good morning, everybody. Today is November 22nd, day before Thanksgiving. My name is Marty Forrest. I finally got my marriage license, and I'm getting used to saying that, actually. It's kind of weird still. Marty Forrest. My website is helloextraordinarylife.com. I am a personal coach in the area of reprogramming our negative self-talk and refining the title. Getting lots of good positive responses to that also. I also do a group mentoring program, 6 weeks, depending on how that all falls, but it's 6 sessions. Try to keep it in 6 to 8 week time frame, 1 hour a week. And I blog often, so you can find those on the website too. And all of these calls are recorded every week, and they are under Insider Calls on the website with the title of whatever we talked about that week. Today, I'm talking about letting go of fear and trusting and really jumping, like taking that leap of faith and jumping off the ledge, trusting that we're going to fly and that we're going to be taken care of. Thank you. And the guy just brought me some fresh coffee. And what stops us from doing that? I got into my fear, and I saw the pattern as I was actually writing this particular email. I'm having this conversation with my friend Lisa. She's telling me, what are you waiting on? Why are you still doing this drive to Modesto for 5 years? And she's not the only one that's told me that. And it wasn't until this year that I finally said, I'm just done. I'm done, and I really want to get my coaching business going, and hired a coach to do that. And then the last couple of months, I'm actually finding myself resentful when I get up to go. So it's clearer and clearer that it's time for me to stop driving. But as I'm writing this, I realize that I do this everywhere. I make sure that I have something else. Like I want that security that there's something else before I stop doing that other thing. I did it with men when I was many years ago, when I was single.
When you were menning.
When I was what?
When you were menning.
Menning, yes, I was menning. Yes, I was menning. Yes, that's a good way to say it. I like that word, menning. I would always make sure that I had someone in the background or someone on the sideline before I left the current relationship I was in. And I saw it when I was in this, the women's organization I was in. I was in there for 11 years, and my friend and I talked about it several times about we really needed to leave this organization. And I blatantly said, I'm not leaving until I have something else to replace it with. Because I didn't want to leave this gaping hole for anything to fill up. What I can see today is there was no trust that the universe, spirit, God, whatever you call out for yourself, would take care of me. I call it spirit. So I just had no trust that if I took that leap of faith and I walked through the fear, that I would be taken care of. However, all of the evidence of my life, everywhere in my life, shows me. It may not look like what I thought it would look like. It may not have been how I planned it in my own mind, but when I let go of my own control, I'm taken care of. Because I'm following that direction. And when I'm getting aligned in that direction of doing this coaching, I just had someone yesterday say, I need you, and I don't care what it takes, I'm going to hire you. Break the bank, whatever it takes. She was willing to hire me for my services. So another confirmation that this is really the direction that I need to be going with more evidence, right? So, however, the fear will immobilize us. We get so caught up in, I'm certain others do, so caught up in the part that I don't know, that unknown factor of what it's going to look like or how it's going to be, that I will stay there. I get immobilized in the fear because I can't see what the future might be. And then I don't do anything. And doing nothing is still a choice. Right? I'm not a victim of that circumstance. I'm still made a choice by doing nothing. Learning to choose differently. Take something. Learning to trust that I'm not going to fall flat on my face. And what's the worst that's going to happen if I do? I'm going to pick myself up, dust myself off, and keep going. How I do that is with the help of other people. Constantly reminding me that this is your path, this is what you're supposed to be doing. Walking with me, holding my hand, supporting me and encouraging me when I'm standing there immobilized because I'm afraid to take a step that it might be the wrong one. Here's what I'll say about that is take the step because you'll quickly know if it's the right or the wrong one. Things will be in your way or it will be easy. Because when we're aligned in it, it's pretty easy. Sometimes there's stuff that we need to clear out of the way, our own emotional baggage or just life circumstances, and that stuff gets cleared out. Sometimes it shows up for us to clear it out. Probably my biggest way to walk through the fear is to talk about it. Talk about it with people that I trust. And then they can reflect back to me the actual truth of it, which is that I do have what it takes to take that leap of faith. And all the evidence that shows me I've been cared for and taken care of. Moving to Lincoln, and it took a little while because I wasn't really committed to building a business here. But once I got committed, once I said, okay, let's do this, and I'm planting some roots here, it took off. And now I'm arriving at that place of I really need to let go of that security. Modesto's a security blanket for me because it's guaranteed. Sometimes there's fewer clients than another time, but I generally do really well when I go there for 5 days. And I've kept that as my security blanket, and I have said all along that's my primary income. And for a while, it has been. It allowed me to pay my own bills. It allowed me to help out here at home. And now I can say that. I can still say that it's my primary income because that's where I still get the bulk of my income. But if I really look at my numbers, it's probably even now. I'm probably making just as much here as I do there. So it's time to let go of that security blanket that I've carried for a long time. And we all do this. We all have these patterns of things that we do because we're afraid to take the next step on our path and our purpose in life. I know my friend Lisa, who was giving me my own medicine back the other day, she took her leap of faith and started going to school for massage. It's been how long now, Lisa? A year and a half? She's been going to school and working doing massage.
Yep, a year and a half. I want to be done.
I know, and I know that in the conversation with her, that was her dream for 30 years before she finally stepped off the ledge and made an informed decision, got some clear information, and took that leap. And it was the same thing. It was through support of people that are her friends, saying that she can do it, reassuring her, encouraging her. I got to walk with her through that, so I know that that's what it takes for all of us, is to be able to walk through that fear and not have to do it alone. Often we get stuck in that, I have to do this by myself, and it's all about me. And it is all about me, truly. It's all about you. But it doesn't mean that I have to go by myself. I may have to do the work by myself and make the choice by myself. But I have people that hold my hand and help me know that I'm secure here and I can do this here. My head just went blank because I really want to ask you, what do you do? I'm going to open this up right here. What do you do when you need help? When you know that the decision is to go that direction, but you're so terrified? What's the step that you can take? What do you do that works for you to know that I'm not alone, that I can do this? Or do you take this step? Sometimes we don't. How do you mobilize yourself?
This is Stacy. What I tend to do, I need to practice it more lately because I've been in some fear, but it's I pray. And I pray. And I pray. And like you said, if it's meant to be, it kind of opens up. And not only do I pray, but I also reaffirm to God when I'm praying that you've got this. You've got this, not me. So please, show me the way. And that's what I do. But like I said, I've lived a different kind of life this last year because of circumstances. So my prayers have been different, and my fears have been different. So I'm learning new ways, and part of that is reaching out to other women and asking for the support and the help. Besides, praying and doing that. And I when it all comes down to it, when I can't find a way, I call my sponsor, and just hearing her voice brings me ease and comfort, if that makes any sense there.
Absolutely. That one person that is your, like a sanctuary.
Yep.
And by calling her that you can breathe, like the exhale.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. And then all is right. No matter what it is, it's all right.
Exactly. Yes. Even if it's
even if it isn't.
Well, right. That you have that what you just said, that sense of ease and comfort because of somebody that you trust.
Yes.
Well, I know it's been real difficult for me to shut those voices off inside my head that have been there forever, telling me I'm not good enough. I can't do this. I'm not smart enough. And I've had you telling me in my ears that I can and that I can let go of those habits. They're not serving me anymore. But really trying to believe it, even though when I've got proof right in front of me. Every test I take, I keep getting an A.
Right?
Every job I go for, I'm getting good feedback. Yet I still keep all these doubts and fears in my back pocket because I've had them all my life, and it's hard to let them go. There's a comfort there. It's a sick comfort, but it's comfort.
Yes, it's a risk. It's the risk of letting go of a comfortable place.
Yeah, but I got to believe Creator's got my back. I wouldn't have got this far without help from the higher power and my family.
Right.
And I have proof everywhere. Every time I keep going forward, I keep getting more proof. Yet, because I'm so used to looking for the bad thing, I have a hard time seeing it.
It takes something, and it takes a commitment. Sometimes I've been talking about lately putting something in place, knowing that's your habit. And this is for anyone who has this habit. We all do this. So putting something in place so that when it comes, because it's gonna, that you reach for that replacement. Because it takes something. It takes that commitment to be disciplined enough to catch it. And if you don't catch it right away, when you do catch it, to hit that restart button and to replace that thought with whatever your new thought is, your new story. Make up a new story. Tell a new story about yourself.
When I make up a new story, I know I made it up, and my self-talk says, you just made that up. It's not true.
Yes, I did, and it's a whole lot better than what you're going to tell me right now.
But you know what I mean? It's almost like a false truth. And it's like, I know that's what I want to think, but is it true? And
why wouldn't it be true?
Well, because it hasn't been before.
But maybe it has, and your perspective has been habituated to the negative.
Well, that's exactly what I have been coming to the conclusion to, and that's where I was heading, is that after all of this, it's like, well, this nut has been talking to me all my life. I need,
and this nut has been lying
to go away
all of my life, right?
So
Linda,
it's been difficult because I'm in the process of making a very big decision, and if it hadn't been for our talks, I would be a mess. I'm just getting more and more confident, and I'm not jumping or leaping out of emotion or fear or any emotion. It's actually, I've taken it out of the emotion equation and just written down. I have to write things down. Okay, Linda, this is reality. This is what's, da 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 da, and almost put it in in columns. The good, the bad, the ugly on each, and the worst thing that could happen. And it just and that's new because a lot of the decisions that I've had to make have been out of stress, immediate decision, just stuff. So like, when somebody calls you up and says, gee, we have a 2-year-old grandson you've never seen. You want to pick him up, or do you want to go to, foster care? Oh, well, I think we'll be there. And those types of things you can't really analyze. You just react. And then you're left with moving forward.
That's taking action in spite of the fear.
Yeah.
So sometimes our fear, everything in us goes, no, how am I going to do that? But the right thing is to go get that child.
It doesn't even come up. It doesn't even register. Right. It's just like, of course I'm going to come and get him. Hello?
Right. So all of the fear talk, all of the negative talk, things that are not supportive, first of all, it's part of our humanness. It's part of us being human. We are human beings. And in our mind and our ego, that's what it does. That's the facade. But all of that is a lie. Anything that's not loving, kind, compassionate, and supportive is a lie based on what we've been programmed, what we've been taught, what we've been told, the wounds. Whatever all of that is, it's a lie. Because our spirit, our God, our own higher self would never tell us that. It's bigger than that. So there's a place of looking at it, and like Lisa was talking about, that it's comfortable. We get comfortable in our misery, in our habits, in our patterns, in our routines. We're comfortable there because we know those rules. And then when we become aware and we start to do something else, they show up more. Because now what? We're aware of them. Oh, you really want to kick us out? Well, let's just try that. And then they just keep coming, right? They just keep coming. Well, so they're coming because that's how we've paved our path for all of these years. Whatever age we're at, whatever time we decide it's time to change this, we've been paving that road. Now we're going to take a right turn. Well, all that stuff's got to be cleared out.
And there are always outside. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. Sometimes the outside influences. Sometimes it's more. Sometimes it's really easy. Sometimes now that we're aware of it, we just go, oh, hi. We get curious about it. Hi. Oh, there you are again. Okay, well, here's my new thought. or here's my new belief, or here's my new, right? Because Abraham, if anybody's familiar with Abraham and the law of attraction, a thought, a belief, how's it go? A belief is just a thought you keep telling yourself. A belief is just a thought you keep telling yourself. A belief is just a thought you keep telling yourself.
Wow.
Well, so what would the answer be? Let's tell ourselves a new thought. Let's have a new thought. Create a new belief.
Well, duh. Hey.
I love that. I'm writing this down, and I'm thinking, well, wait a minute.
Smacking the forehead now.
Wow. So whatever you believe is true, whether it's true or not.
That's
right. What I mean. Whether it's true or not, we make it true because it's what we've always believed.
That's right.
To us.
Now, when we start to question our beliefs, they start to rear their head and show up to be revealed, right? And we go, now let's just get curious. Here's a big tip of, along with all the other stuff we've talked about today, just get curious. Instead of having a judgment about my judgment, right? We get a judgment about our judgment. I get angry that I'm angry. I get mad that I'm sad. Of all these things that I'll create in addition to, what if I just get curious? What if I just get curious about it and I start to look from a third-person perspective, the observer? But we just observe ourselves. Because then we get a little different insight. And I go, oh, there's that behavior again. Oh, you've served me well. Up till now. Now you can make that your ally and go, because sometimes I'll do this thing like, so, because I have that same thing, not so much today, but I've had that thing, and I'll go, oh, okay. Hey, coach. I call myself coach. I call my ego sometimes. That ego, that voice that we're talking about. Hey, coach, how can you help me do this different? So I've just made an ally with myself, and I give my ego and my brain some other way to go figure something out. It's a little trick in there. I need a new way to do this. Just what we're doing right now is not working. So I have that conversation with myself. Is that helpful?
Yes. I'm having a conversation.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is, because it's like somebody else called me on it. Why do you keep doing this, all this anxiety, when you have one of these tests and you still keep acing it? I'm not going to go through your anxiety with you anymore. And it's like, oh, shit.
That's right. We're done engaging.
Okay.
That was sort of a...
It's like, okay, I just got called on it. I guess I got to let this go now, huh?
Yes, because we get people engaging in our stuff with us, and then they suddenly go, wait a minute, this is your pattern, and I'm going to step out. Yeah. And pay attention, because you do the same thing. When you look at people and they're doing that same thing over and over, you're like, oh, my God, I just can't go here with you again. Right?
I do that. I just will. Is it okay just to walk away?
You can say, we've done this before, and I'm just not willing to go here again unless you want a solution. That's what I've said to people.
Yeah.
And let me know when you want to go into the solution, though, because I don't want to participate here. That's what I tell people. Not always. I mean, there's appropriate situations to do that. Delivery is everything, but when you're looking at someone and they're telling you the same story, just kind of go, well, when you want to do something different, let me know. And then walk away.
Or if you really want an answer, I find people will come to me and they will have a dilemma, a question.
Sure. And they know your solution.
But
you're going to help them with the solution.
But if I don't give them the answer that they want, they continue to argue what they said that they wanted to clarify. And if this keeps, it's just like, well, you know what? You just need to decide for yourself what works for you.
That's
because
right.
I'm not you, and you just have to figure that out. And then I just walk away.
Perfect.
Can I do that?
Absolutely. Because some people want to be in their problem.
Yes.
Right? Like Lisa was talking about her negative self-talk. Like it's a habit, and somewhere in there it's comfortable because we know the rules in that place. So that's what we do.
My cousin listed her house for sale. And I've been listening to her since last June about this house. I've seen the house. So I know its issues. And she sent me a text. Well, she tried to call me and sent me a text last week. Well, can I change my listing? This is out of state. Can I change the sales price? I think I listed too low. And so I sent back a note and I said, well, where did you get this idea? Oh, well, a friend of mine whose brother is in real estate says that, it's too low. I said, well, how long has it been on the market? 2 weeks. I said, no offers, 2 weeks. I don't think it's priced too low. Well, you don't understand. Blah, 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 blah.
All right, hold on there. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on to that. We're over time, so I want to stop the recording.
Oh, okay.